Thank you, Malachi, for that. We're gonna move it right along to my segment for the culture. And this week, since we're gonna be talking about venomous toxic relationships within our lives, I want to talk about something that's like a problem within like our culture, hip hop culture specifically, and that's drug culture. So January 19th, which was Tuesday, that was Mac Miller's birthday. He would have been 29. Would have been 29 this year, and he died from drug overdose. And also Juice WRLD, he died in 2019 from drug related seizures on a plane. So and like drugs is like, there's a heavy drug culture in hip hop, and it's like whether you're taking it, abusing it, or even selling it, it's always been there. And it's had like it's and we glorify a lot. Like I remember like in the 80s, we like a lot of hip hop artists would say no to drugs, but then it progressed to I gotta like I smoke weed, or I gotta sell drugs to feed my family or whatever. Then it progressed to like that's what happened in the 90s. Then it progressed to in the 2000s, like I'm glorifying being a dope man, like selling crack, selling cocaine, selling weed. Like I'm selling pills. I'm like glorifying being a dope man. Then in 2010s, it's like I'm glorifying being addicted to the shit. Mm-hmm. So it's just like it just like they took the don't get high on your own supply thing and went backwards with it in hip hop almost. This is weird, but it's just a drug culture. It's a huge drug culture in hip hop, and it's problematic, and there's real consequences to it. Like there's a like real consequences like death, like whether it's from overdoses, whether it's from like deaths deaths from selling it, or going to jail. Like what I'm saying, that like it's tore up, it's like destroyed black communities, So mm-hmm. Like there's an issue, and it's like, why are we glorifying this? Like why are we what I'm saying? Like we gotta figure, like it just gotta be a way like to teach these young impressionable people, which hip hop is which is so youthful. Like we gotta teach these kids that like this ain't the way, and like this ain't cool, this shit ain't cute. So yeah, like there's a list. Also has like a list of people like Mac Miller died from overdose of cocaine, fentanyl, alcohol. Lil Peep, he died from fentanyl and Xanax overdose. Juice WRLD had the drug related seizure on the plane. Old Dirty Bastard back in 2004 had an overdose of cocaine and like a painkiller. DJ Screw, who was responsible for popularizing was a pioneer in chop and screw music hip hop subgenre. He's found dead with Valium and PCP, and Pimp C allegedly like he died of sleep apnea, and they said allegedly said there was some like some codeine like effects of like heavy codeine use as well. So it's like there's a lot of people, and there's more than that, and then not to mention all the people who go to jail, like there's rappers who had hits, and then they'll go back to the drug game, and then they'll go to jail, and it's just like, and we're it's just a cycle that we keep glorifying that we gotta stop doing. So yeah, Tone, go ahead, bro.
I'm glad we're talking about this subject matter, because when it comes to hip hop and drugs, like you said, they're very parallel, dating all the way back to when hip hop first begun, because we had just came out of the jazz scene, and what was real heavy in the jazz scene, heroin was real heavy in the jazz scene, and then from there it sprouted into cocaine with the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So don't push me because I'm close to the edge. They talking about how poor they are and how they getting high. You know what I'm saying? It was the hottest thing to do was name yourself after like cocaine. Like Curtis Blow came out naming himself after goddamn cocaine. They call cocaine Blow. So this nigga was Curtis Blow. You know what I mean? That's how hot he was. You know what I mean? It's we always got this braggadocious thing when it comes to music, especially music that we love, like hip hop.
There was another guy like Bugstar Ski or something like that. Ski was like kind of like a slang term for like cocaine or something like that. I think.
Yeah, yeah. And you're absolutely right, man. When it got to the 90s, it was about they started glorifying drug selling based upon Italians and Scarface, and they start following the imagery of that. So it's like mafioso shit, mafioso. And then it went from there to, like you said, it was cool to be the crackhead. And I'm gonna say Lil Wayne contributed to a lot of that. You know what I mean? When they start talking about some methazine codeine, you know what I'm saying? I'm sipping no lean. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn. Yeah, that became a hot thing. You know what I mean? So it's like it became parallel to a struggle. And then what? You had that what's his name? XXX Touch Me On. What is his name? To touch me on, and you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I'm butchering his name, but when they start popping pills, didn't he get shot? Yeah, he got shot, but he was still getting fucked up.
Yeah, he was. True. Yeah.
But they came out with that suicide music. With that suicide music, it was parallel to downers. You know what I'm saying? They start popping pills and and smoking wet and doing all things like that. So it amazes me over the years how hip hop is parallel to different waves of what drug is popular and hot at this time. And now we got what's hot right now in the drug scene. Fentanyl is blowing up really heavy, right? You know what I mean? You got a lot of people down off that. And
codeine still, perks,
yeah,
Xanax.
That's the what's it called? The it's called opioids, right?
Yeah, opioid
scene. So that's a heavy thing that we dealing with now, where people popping pills and shit. And I'm gonna tell you a thing, man. It amazes me how music influences young America, especially Black poor America, and white America too. It's the same, but it differs. I remember being on Chalmers and Harper at the Coney Island there, and I'm sitting in the car, and it's they had to be at least like 17, 18, and I'm watching in disbelief. This girl, she like drawing up a joint for the boy. He about to do heroin in the parking lot in his car. And I'm like, and maybe because I'm green and I grew up as a dare kid, but I'm like, damn, I be in amazement, like, damn, this shit, they getting younger and younger. Like, niggas becoming dope fiends early. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah. And it's great. One thing I felt weird and like kind of like hypocritical or whatever, but like I remember Dr. Dre on the Express Yourself remix. He said, I don't smoke weed or sex because it's known to give a brother brain damage. A brain damage on the mic don't manage. He said that when on that song. Then like a few years later, he drops an album called The Chronic. and it's just like what the fuck happened? And that's what I'm talking about, how we just went from saying no to drugs back in the day to glorifying it,
right. Whatever. But would that be based? I'm sorry, go ahead.
But then I mean, marijuana, is like different. It's considered not a drug, but
right.
Go ahead, Tom.
But wouldn't that shift be based around your toxic environments? Because before then, it was like, fuck the police, fuck these bitches. It was really downgrading women at that point. When he was talking about some express yourself and, you know what I'm saying, a hoe is a hoe and all that shit. And then it changed from the pimp game to all we do is smoke weed. And then you got Snoop Dogg. And he talking about how much weed he smoked. Hey, it almost all the shit in the 90s from the West Coast had a huge amount of weed. They flooded you with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Chronic. Make my shit the Chronic. I want to get fucked up. I didn't even know what the Chronic was, but I was singing this shit, and I was so drawn by it. You know what I mean? Like, because the beat, the music was parallel to what I'm listening to with these drugs. I'm like, I want to get fucked up. I want the bomb. I want the Chronic. My mom was like, "What the fuck is you talking about, Tony?"
Yeah, I remember when I was young, I heard this song, "I'm Your Pusher Man," and I was singing it. Y'all heard that song, "I'm Your Pusher Man," and I was singing that, and my dad was like, "Don't be singing that." I was like, "What is it? Like, what is the song? I don't know." But it's like whatever you need, I got what you need. I'm your pusher man. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't remember how the chorus went. Y'all know
Curtis
what I'm talking about?
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm your nigga in the alley. I'm your brother when you need a true friend. You know me.
Right. And the song makes you feel good, but you don't know what it's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Until you know what it's talking about. You know,
because it sounds so good.
Sound good.
Tie back to what we were talking about too. What was that? Looking after the folks that do the drugs and like why they do them as well. Like we know that that a lot of them come from like fucked up backgrounds too.
Right.
So they're still trying to deal with something there.
Trying to cope with that.
Right. Yeah. And instead of like you said, instead of trying to move past it, they're just stuck inside there.
Yes, exactly. Good point.
Yeah. Then because of that, then like they kind of make their song based on where they are right now.
Exactly.
I'm stuck in this drug cage right now.
Right. Yeah. Mary Jane.
Yeah,
man.
She loves you just the same.
I remember
he talking about some fucking weed that a drug loves him just the same. You know what I mean? And this nigga declaring his love.
Right.
If you break it down, like it's really fucked up though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember this song before we go further, Jake? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Y'all remember this song? Do you want to ride? Why the white horse?
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember that.
I used to sing that shit like crazy. I'm like, I didn't know they was talking about fucking cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
White lines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the whole chord, but like, yeah, that's about
so much from George Clinton. It's like,
it's so much shit.
But you look at any music video, almost any music video now, they at least smoking weed in the music video, or then you got the double cups that usually mean lean, drinking lean, which is a drug as well. You know, ain't doing no cocaine in the music video, but you know.
They haven't been watching that side of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm a saint. I don't watch that stuff.
That got really weird.
But yeah, that's for the culture for this week. You know what I'm saying?